Hey guys, we are on day 73, numbers 7 through 9, and Psalm 73. Worth your while, Psalm 73. If you feel like your life isn't as great as those around you, go around and read that psalm. In the meantime, tough reading, number 7. And I know some of you are thinking, you said numbers are going to be better, and man, it's dragging. Be patient, it's coming. But for today, number 7, I struggled with. I'm gonna not lie. I had to skim some of it, but then I forced myself to think through why. Why so many verses? 89 verses on the offerings that were going to go towards 2 of the clans of the Levites. The Kohathites were not part of it because they were the ones who carried the poles on their shoulders. But this is all pre-consecration or consecration of the temple and the ark after the building was completed. And just pay attention that there's 12 tribes. They each give the same gift, whether they're big or small. And there's an order to it, and there's a timeline to it. And think about it. If it takes 89 verses to go through just thanksgiving unto God for what He's done, how important is gratitude in our life. And the end of chapter 7 is with this climax, which is when Moses went to the tent of meeting to speak with the Lord. He heard the voice speaking to him from above the mercy seat. So all of this thanksgiving leads to the Lord and Moses meeting. And again, just thanksgiving sets up the stage for meeting with God. And the psalmist talked about it, of course, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. So just a lot of teaching there, teaching points there. Numbers 8, there's a more cleansing that happens. God sort of identifying with these Levites who did nothing to deserve this position with the Lord. Remember, the Levites' history back in Genesis wasn't even that great, but here the Lord again has this one tribe that's going to serve him in a unique way. And not that one is better than the other, because the other tribes are necessary in order to do the job that needed to be done as well. So each person in God's kingdom has their own unique role. And then we get to the Passover. This is the celebration of the Passover a year after leaving Egypt. And so a lot has happened in our reading, but only 1 year has happened. There's still a lot of time coming in the wilderness, unexpected in a certain degree, in that they weren't meant to go for 40 years. We'll get into this soon. But for now, I thought chapter 9 was the highlight for me in the reading, especially when you got to like verses 15 through the end of the chapter. I think this idea that the cloud was there by day and the fire by night, just a sense of leading, and that they wouldn't move unless the cloud moved. In fact, I love verse 22, whether it was 2 days or a month or a longer time that the cloud continued over the tabernacle, abiding there, the people of Israel remained in camp. And I think this concept of not moving until God moves you. Now, we have in John 15 the gift of abiding with Christ. He's with us always, guiding us. His word tells us the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So we know that God is guiding us. But this idea of don't rush, don't move ahead of God. Wait, you go, what if I can't hear God? I don't know what He's saying. Listen to me. God is a God who speaks. We've seen it all over the scriptures in the Old Testament in ways that we can't even imagine. I promise you, you listen long enough, you spend time in the Word, He'll guide you. He loves you. He will not keep you where you are longer than you need to be. I love you too, and I'm going to pray for you today that God will guide you step by step along the way.